Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and in this video I wanted to do an unboxing and initial impressions review, and that's going to be on this. This is a Hygger 24-inch LED light, and I needed one of these because one of our lights on a 20-gallon long went down, and so I wanted to try something new, and there are some features on this light that I was interested in, and so we're going to go ahead, we're going to unbox it. I'm going to show you those features, I'll show you what it looks like on a tank, give you my initial impressions, and then what we will do in a few months, in a year, we'll come back, we'll look at the long-term reliability of this light and talk about my longer-term impressions. So let's go ahead, I'm going to unbox this light, and I haven't even done this yet, so I have no idea what to expect. Right now, it's really hard to get out of the box. Okay, hold on. Oh, there's styrofoam. That's a good sign. And so we've got, let me see if there's anything else in the box. Nothing that I can see, so we're going to put that down. Let's look at a few things. There is a user's manual, instruction guide. We're going to put this to the side. So a couple things. Let's go ahead and take the plastic off. Let me put these brackets away here for a moment. So we're going to take the plastic off. Now, what we see here is we've got a light, LED, and we have the LED lights inside. Now I'm going to turn this on. I'll show you what it looks like, the LEDs. Now, here's an interesting thing. The brackets here are expandable. Now, this light says that it will go from 24 to 30 inches. So the light itself is 24 inches, but it can extend out to 30. And the way that happens, I'm assuming, is with these two metal brackets that we have here, and we're actually going to need these because this is going on a 20 long, and our 20 long is 30 inches wide. So these things here slide right off, which is cool. So if you've got a 20-inch or 24-inch tank, those things can be used. If you have a longer tank, then what we can do is simply slide these things on. This is really hard to do because I can't see very well. What we can do here is we've got the brackets, and then we've got a couple of holes there, and we can slide these on, and that's what's going to give us, just like that, that's what's going to give us our 30 inches. So the big question is going to be is how well does a 24-inch LED, even though it's extendable out to 30 inches, how well is this going to do on our tank? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this on a tank. I will show you what it looks like, and I'll also show you some pretty cool features. All right, so here's the light. This is not the tank where the light was going bad, as you could clearly see from the background of the intro, but I had a light on the other side of the fission that was bad, so I took the Phoenix Stingray off of this tank and put this Hygger 24-inch light. So a couple things that I'm noticing right away. First thing is, even though it's 24 inches, we are getting a wonderful spectrum of light here, and in fact, when I look at this light, let's say compared to it, I'll try to get out of the way here. Here's the Ocelotus tank that's got a, I don't remember what brand the light this is, but you can see it's a very white light. When we look over here at this 20 long, this is a kind of like a old retirement tank for some of our pistos. It's not a pretty tank, but I'm really liking this color spectrum. It's really great on the eye. You can see here it's a very thin, low profile light, which I definitely like. The next thing that I really like is we've got a control here. The first button is just on off. So there's off. All right, the next one that this is kind of interesting, and that's the second button here, and it will light up. It's got a timer built in. So 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, and then no timer. So that's really cool. That's not something you typically see with a light like this. And by the way, if you're thinking about cost, a 24-inch light, this Hygger light on Amazon, and by the way, I'll put an affiliate link down in the description below, but this light was right around $37 or so. For price comparisons, a Beamswork light, which I would consider to be a relatively low end but relatively durable light, is around the same price, $35 to $36 for a 24-inch. If you wanted to step it up to a Phoenix Stingray 2, now you're looking at like $57. So that's considerably more expensive. And the things that the Phoenix Stingray 2 doesn't have, of course, is this built-in timer, this button right here. The next button, this third button right here, you can now change the color of light. So I originally had it on full spectrum. It had the whites, the blues, and the reds. This is just the blues and the reds. And here we see just the whites. And now we've got everything. So that's pretty cool that you can adjust that, and that there are both blue and red LEDs in addition to the whites. This last button is the one I was most excited about, and I think this is going to help a lot of people, and that is you can control the intensity of this light. And for a $37 light, that is a really cool feature. So let me show you what that looks like. Right now it's on 100% illumination. I clicked this button once. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but I got a little darker, a little darker, a little darker, and then a little bit darker. So we actually have 5 different settings. So awesome. So if you're having a problem where maybe you've got a lot of low light plants and you need to make it a little bit less intense, you can do that. So I love the fact that we can adjust the brightness on this light. Very cool. So there's a lot of features built into this thing. All right, so what are my initial impressions of this Hygger 24-inch light? I like it, and I don't say this often, but I'm pretty excited about this particular light because I think the features are really great for the price point. It's not something you usually see, so I'm excited to try more of them. I think as we have to replace older lights, this is the brand that I'm probably going to migrate to just to test it a little bit more. And again, I don't have any ability right now to tell you whether or not this light is going to last a long time, its durability, how it does in a wet environment. If you have that experience, if you've used these lights before, I would love to hear from you down in the comments section below. Do you have this light? How long have you had it? Do you like it? Advantages, disadvantages? Because for people who are interested, if they can get that information down in the comments, that would be really cool. Now, again, the features. The fact that you have a built-in timer is pretty awesome. Now you can't adjust it, but you have 3, 6, and 12-hour increments, which is pretty awesome. The one I'm most excited about, the feature that I'm most excited about, is the fact that you can dim the light. And you can go from what is normally a pretty bright light, and you can dim that down if you have lower light plants, or maybe you don't have plants at all, or maybe you've got fish that stress in high light. You can dim that back, you can turn it back a little bit and see really where that helps you dial in your particular tank. That's a very exciting feature. I also like the fact that you can adjust lights. So you can go the blue and the red, you can go just white, or you can do the full spectrum. Now I fully anticipate this light is going to be able to grow low light plants without any issues. It is a full spectrum light. I'm also really enjoying the color spectrum that we're seeing inside the tank. I really like what we're seeing so far. So I will do a follow-up review, maybe in 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, so we can talk about the durability, how it's doing long-term, how are the features holding up, what features am I really using compared to those that may be a gimmicky sort of feature, although I don't really see that on this particular piece of equipment. So we'll do that follow-up. Again, if you're interested in light, I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. I really appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want more information on lights, check out this video in the upper right-hand corner where we really go through an entire lighting guide, like a beginner's lighting series. And if you want some more information and some more product reviews on lights, check out this Phoenix Stingray 2 review that I did. I think you'll enjoy that one as well. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.